Okay, so I ordered myself in this kit here, 64,000 FLT. I'm not sure if that's the kit I ordered, but that's the kit I got. It's designed to work with small block Chevy on these square bodies, 75 to 87 it says. 4-wheel drives. I thought I was ordering a kit that worked with exhaust manifolds, factory manifolds. I wasn't, so I had to make a change, and I had to order in this here. This is a set of headers. 11,500 FLT is your part number. They're not expensive headers. They fit pretty good. I'll go through the installation with you and the installation of that kit as well. The price they quoted me was not realistic. This together was maybe 500 bucks, maybe a touch more, plus the mufflers. I think they quoted me more than twice that. So let's go ahead and give this a listen. Sounds okay. Sounds much better than it did. So there you have it. Why don't you stick around? I'll show you what I did. How I installed these headers, how good they fit or didn't, and the challenges I had. And I had some challenges and how I overcame them. Okay, so stick around. This will be a good one, I promise. All right, take a look. Maybe I should lay this down. Bring you guys over. We'll have a little peeksy poo. Okay. You guys see okay there? Well, it's got a bunch of these clamps. One thing I will and these clamps, looks like there's enough here to assemble the whole thing, that's for sure. We're gonna weld. We're not gonna use so many of these clamps. They look pretty thin too, you know what I mean? If you've ever tried to use these clamps instead of welding, you probably know what I'm talking about. You will snap the clamp sometimes, especially these little weak ones like this, before you actually crush the pipe onto the... So, pulled the system out of the box, laid it out. Guess what? Wrong one. We have exhaust manifolds. And I thought I had ordered the kit for the exhaust manifolds. I did not get a kit for exhaust manifolds. I got a kit for headers. So, tried to find a kit for exhaust manifolds. Handy, local, not going to happen. So I did the next best thing and went out and bought a set of headers. Your part number 11500 FLT from Flowtech. There we got CJ. And we'll get this unboxed. We'll get those unbolted. And I want to try and put the passenger side one on first, because this one was mangled when I took it off. So I'll grab some tools, we'll get set up, we'll yank those things out, and we'll get you set up here somewhere, and we'll throw this in. Hang tight. You want to give me your light? Does that work for you?
Yeah, be good enough.
So we're going to try and bring it up here past this wiring.
Son of a bitch.
Wow. Hold on a sec. Let me get one of these gaskets on here.
No, it is.
Okay, so CJ's a little busy on the other side, taking care of some wiring. Maybe I'll try and put this this side in myself from the top. We'll I don't know, we'll give her a go here. Yeah, kind of looks like it'll go, to be honest. I did have to remove my dipstick tube, otherwise this just wouldn't fit in. With this side, fairly straightforward as well. Okay, headers are installed. This side went really well. One-man operation, as you could see. The other side I definitely needed a hand with. This one went up from the bottom. Driver's side went down from the top. We did have to reroute some wiring. CJ's working on that now. And yeah, header install, pretty straightforward. Okay, actually, you want to hand me that piece? I'll just show them what it looks like. Okay, so in the kit, this is the driver's side piece. I just welded her up to the flange here. It's still kind of warm, to be honest. Ground her down because it's just better that way. All right, see, so let's throw this bad boy on. So this guy actually goes up and over this cross member here. Just move this way. Goes up and over that cross member and then drops down.
Just like so.
Just like that into the header. Let me get you guys set up here. I'll grab some nuts and bolts and we'll toss that in. So yeah, I'm not going to bother with a gasket right now. We just want to dry fit it because we still have to do some cuts for muffler and whatnot. So
get everything positioned.
Yeah.
careful because it's rather exhausting. Right like that. Seems we have clearance.
We have clearance. Clearance.
Roger, roger.
And you see at the back where she does that jog back up and over. And up here, like so. So it's good to keep it a little loose until you know exactly where you want it. You crank her down a little tighter so she doesn't move on you. But I think we will get this one in. Then we'll move on to the passenger side one, and then we'll do up the tailpipes, and then we'll cut these to length for the mufflers after. So then we'll get the passenger side one welded up. Okay, so this is the driver's side, or sorry, passenger side. What we ended up doing was bolting on the collector here, and then muscling on this pipe, because it really did not want to play nice. It is kind of close to the fuel line and brake line on the passenger side, and it's not sitting very square up here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a couple tack welds, because I need to keep this orientation, and then I'll weld it outside of the truck. I'll take it out, weld it, and then we'll bring it back in and bolt her in, and hopefully she stays right there for us. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys this because I want you to really understand just how badly cocked that is. You know, if I had just welded this in place, you know, up like that, this would be hitting the floor. So it was CJ's idea to actually bolt that up and then slam this in and then throw a few tack welds on it. It was actually a pretty good idea, and you can clearly see why. So now that that's on there, we'll go ahead and we'll slam it in. We'll probably run the gasket and get it ready for mufflers. Mufflers will be next. Okay, so hang tight. We'll get going. Okay, so it's the next morning. I'm just waiting on CJ to get here. We had to cut her short yesterday. Both of us had some things to do. So let me show you something I don't like about this kit. So you can see here, this is the kit we have, this header kit. This is the kit we thought we had, the manifold kit. This is the kit we actually have. And it shows, for example, J and J here. It's showing GB and HB, G and H. And they kind of look pretty much the same, don't they? I think they do anyway. When I opened my kit up, I was kind of hoping that the tubes would be marked. In the past, I've had kits that actually came with a sticker on the tubes, but these didn't come with a sticker. I thought maybe the bags would be marked, but they're not marked. The tubes are actually coated in a little bit of oil for shipping, which is fine. But what goes where? If we look at this one, we can see, for example, they're not the same. One's actually longer than the other. These are the tailpipe. I have them lined up the same back here, but they're different up here. Am I missing something? If they're not marked, how do I know which one goes where? Okay, well, let's look at these guys here. Kind of running into the same issue. So if I line that up there, these two don't quite line up. This one actually kicks up a little bit more, as you can see up here. That's why they don't line up. And then back here, let's make these the same length. Back here, you can see one's longer than the other. Okay, which one goes where? I'm going to maybe assume that the longer one of that one goes with the shorter one of this one. I guess. Sure, we can do that. I don't know. You got a better idea? Because I don't know. That's what we're going to try anyway. Like I say, the bags aren't marked. They're not marked. They're not stamped. There's nothing on here. I wish there was. But there's not. So we got that done. We got the front header welded up. You can see how caulked that is. It's not a great fit. I had some exhaust sealer kicking around the garage, so I thought, just put a little on there. What the heck? Why not, right? Hate to have a pinhole in there. What is that? Oh, don't worry about that. Anyway, we're gonna get going here. That is the passenger side. We're gonna get that guy bolted in. Driver's side's already laid in there. We're gonna get some mufflers in here and whatnot. We'll try and get this bad boy knocked out here shortly. All right, stick around. We'll get going here right quick. Okay, so we got everything welded up. This one's for this side. We got them hung up under there. I don't know if you can see that. We'll get you under there and give you a look though. So this is the driver's side. She comes along. There's some Dynamax mufflers up there. And then that piece is going to go up and over. Maybe I'll let you guys hang out here. I don't know if you can see enough. I hope so. We'll see. Hopefully. Okay.
Well, if they can't see, they'll just have to assume we're doing everything correctly.
Okay, so this is the driver's side. I got the gasket in here now, got her bolted up. You can see the clearance there, cross member. We have a hanger here. This is just after the transfer case, and also a hanger there as well. So for the driver's side, this is our muffler here, and you can see CJ's working on a mount back there, or the hanger. Let's put the hanger back there. Once that hanger's hung by the chimney with care,
hopes that Nicholas soon would be there.
I'll do the jokes. Then we'll just tighten everything up and fire her up. Get that wiring all done, Siege?
Of course not.
All right. Perfect. let me give you a quick little recap of what we got going on here. So this is the driver's side. So it's fine. We got lots of clearance. As you can see up here, real happy with that. It is a bit of a two-man job in that one person needs to twist and find the good spot. And then you got to put your clamps on, put your hangers on, and believe me, there's going to be some stress on here because this stuff doesn't just fall into place. As much as I'd love to say it does, it doesn't. So we're hooked up to our header here about midway, right behind the transfer case. In fact, you got your hangers. This is your driver's side. Your passenger side is a little bit forward. These are the factory locations. We just installed the hangers in the exact same spots. And then what I did was I used clamps on the mufflers themselves, just because I didn't feel like trying to weld upside down, and I don't want any leaks. You know what I mean? Oh, let's move to the back. So this is pretty much what she looks like on both sides. The exhaust comes out past the body, which is what you want. And then she cuts along inside. Then you can see our hanger right there next to the gas tank. And again, factory location for the hanger. We just reused it. You can see she goes up behind there, clears everything very nicely. That's probably the closest I am to anything, but I can't see this rattling backwards. So I think it's going to be good. It's super solid. I can't force it into there, so I don't think it's going to rattle in there on itself. Although I look at this rear quarter was replaced at one time. And I don't know. I might have to see if I can fix that. So that should be like that. No, anyway, squirrel. Getting sidetracked here. So overall, what do I think of the kit? It's not as easy as I had hoped, but it's not as bad as I feared. I wish I would have got the right kit and hooked up to my exhaust manifolds. Would have been a huge cost savings. Having to buy the headers really bit into all my savings, to be honest. Ate almost all of them up. Not all of them, but a good portion of it anyway. Was it worth it? Yeah, I think so. I like doing stuff myself anyway, so it looks every bit as good as if it was done at a shop, I think. It sounds great. I don't have a throttle pedal, but let's hit the key and see what happens. Uh-oh. Let's try that again. That's new. One more time for the people in the back. Sounds good. I'll try a starter again. I think it was the loose ground. Exhaust sounds good. Let's try a starter one more time. I just put headers in. Now my starter racks up. That's great. Anyway, back to the exhaust. Exhaust was a win. I'm happy with it. If you're looking to save a few bucks and do it yourself, I say thumbs up. Yeah, do it. Get somebody to give you a hand. That's what I would do. I wouldn't want to tackle this alone. In fact, I've been putting it off, because I really wanted somebody to give me a hand. And shout out to CJ for coming over and doing just that. That's going to wrap it up on this one. Check in next week, or maybe this week still. I might do it this weekend. I do have to repair the rusted out portion against the back tailgate. So stick around. Subscribe, like, share, whatever you guys do. I appreciate you, and thanks for sticking around.